Hey everybody, it's me, Frank, comic book artist, cartoonist, animator, storyboard artist, publisher, I do it all. Anyway, Saturday morning, live draw. I figured I'm trying to get more into these live draws using StreamYard. If I'm drawing, I'm going to try to, just run it live. Might as well. Maybe get some viewers. Who the hell knows? So, still working on this camera setup here, but anyway, let me know what you think. This is for Billy Boy. This is what I did last night. This is a Billy Boy comic book that I've been trying to finish for 20 years now. That's only a little bit of a delay, but this is one of the pages, and it's I have to say it's kind of fun getting back into drawing comics the traditional way. I do a lot of stuff digitally, and I'm just I get burned out. So I'm just gonna try to draw here a little bit. I'm gonna talk through some of it, but I might just not talk and draw because I feel like I can get more shit done. But using a marker, a zebra marker, which is a nice point on it, and a nice dark black. So that's what I'm using. But yeah, feel free to tune in, check it out, and share it around if you want. My backer kit for Halloween Horror Box, you could see it in the stream. Halloween Horror Box is now on backer kit for pre-orders, so all this stuff is done. We're just getting ready to fulfill it, but it's a bunch of really cool horror comics. I could show you some. Anyway, these are the comics that were printed. Asylum of Horrors was one. Zombie Terrors, as you can see, these are fully printed. Zombie Terrors, great cover by Ali Fell. Vampires #1, which is a bunch of retro horror comics, edited by Steve Baines of The Horrors of It All. Vampires B cover, this is a cover I did, which is kind of like a Wallywood ripoff. Vintage horror comics. Very cool stuff. But there's a lot of stuff that is not available through Diamond, and it's just available on Backer Kit and Kickstarter. Some naughty covers, nudie covers, if you guys are into those. So check it out, Backer Kit, Halloween Horror Box. Pre-orders open. It'll be open for a while, so you could still order. And it's a very cool collection if you're into horror comics and stuff that's not mainstream. Slurping my coffee always tastes better when you slurp. I have to say it's fun to actually draw on paper again. You know? Too much time in front of that damn computer, I'll tell you. This reminds me of the 90s. feel like this table is not too steady. I don't know. Guys, Replax, Larry, Chrissy, what's going on? What's my favorite old school cartoon? I would say, I don't know, man. I always liked Gorilla My Dreams. I don't know if you ever saw that. It's an old Bugs Bunny cartoon, Gorilla My Dreams. It's just this gorilla goes around and beats the crap out of Bugs Bunny because he's jealous because his wife took Bugs Bunny in as like a baby bunny. It's one of the funniest cartoons. I don't know if they banned it. I don't know if you could see it for whatever stupid reason. Warner Brothers decides to ban cartoons now, but super funny. I like all the Foghorn Leghorn ones. Well, almost all the Foghorn Leghorn cartoons I think are really good. Um, Anything Bob Clampett, Bugs Bunny, I'm into. Anyway, thanks, Larry. Chrissy asked, "What's your favorite old school cartoon?" I like the all Warner Brothers ones. I mean, I like the Rubber Hose ones, of course. I always like post all those old Rubber Hose cartoons, Betty Boop and stuff. Um, which I like, but I feel like it just hit another level in the '40s with Clampett and Warner Brothers doing all that stuff. But I like the Rubber Hose stuff is very cool. But it just got funnier, like with Warner Brothers. Bob Clampett, Chuck Jones and Fritz Freeling and all those guys. They had a really good like East Coast wit, even though they were it was based in Hollywood. But yeah, I could probably show you guys this if you're interested. This was a comic book store find. This thing is called Screwball Comics. Just adjust. It's an old Fantagraphics collection of just like these old school comic books, right? But it's not oversized, and I don't know. It was just like for $5. Like, look at this stuff. This guy right here, Bill Hulman, is someone I'm checking out. Never really heard of him before, even though I probably should have. But it's like, look at these panels right here. This is really cool stuff. Just the way he draws and like this stuff. Look at that panel. Just wacky, cartoony stuff going on in his head. So this is like a new guy that I'm looking at, Bill Hulman. Look at this panel right here. This is really cool. So anyway, and then they have, what else do they have? Oh, yeah, Milk Roast. So a lot of old school Milk Roast stuff that you might not have seen before. And a lot of people really love Milk Roast. I like him too, but I'm really into this new Bill Hulman guy. I think he's really good. But anyway, yeah, you can always find, look at the oversized, giant collection of old school comics. Pretty fun. It's always good to look at for inspiration if you're trying to do old school cartoons. Find the old stuff and just try to use it as inspiration, mimic it, and whatnot. And look at this. Drawing on paper. Most people draw on Bristol board. And I just started this in the 90s, so it's just like it's fine. I mean, it's cool. You could draw on whatever you want, but usually it's better to draw on Bristol board just so it doesn't bend around and shit. Some people like to just ink. I like to sometimes pencil shit out just roughly, just so I could follow shit. I don't know. It's an old school habit, I guess. Just have some lines of this perspective. You guys are from Pennsylvania and stuff, I guess. Most of you cats out there. Pretty cold, I would say, in Pennsylvania, Philly. Anyone near Pittsburgh? I grew up on the East Coast, Connecticut, so I know the drill out there. I've eaten hoagies. We call them grinders. Grinders. Michigan. Yeah, grinders. We call them Connecticut. We go, hey, do you want to get a grinder? People are like, what? Grinder? Yeah, because you grind your teeth on it, I guess. Grinder. Let's get a grinder. Yeah, when you're doing heavy black comics, you got to figure out a way to do the shadows. Although I'm going to add some gray tones in this in Photoshop. But I always like to use a little bit of a thicker pen to fill in because I don't want to waste the point on that the liner, you know. And then the pain in the ass is like you try to fill in, you always have these little white spots around the black. You just have to go in and fill in these black spots, man. Fuck. I think what I need too is I need a even bigger one for some of these bigger areas. Anyway, see how these like it doesn't get thick and you got to go in there and just keep going over it. Sometimes I'll paint this in with ink and it just see how this look white. Gotta keep. Do I have a brother named Brian in California? No. I have a cousin Brian in Long Island, Strong Island, but no, I'm actually an only child. No brothers or sisters. That's probably how I developed this drawing ability. A lot of time alone when I was a kid, but it wasn't like I was lonely or depressed or anything. I just always had toys and Star Wars figures, and I had a lot of friends. I had a neighborhood where there was a lot of kids around, so it wasn't like I felt lonely. There was a shitload of little punks running around, getting in trouble, causing problems, and having fun. But a lot of that having brothers and sisters brings a lot of drama. Um, so like you could fill this shit in with a Sharpie, but sometimes it's not the same black and it doesn't look right. So what I'm gonna do is actually this is Speedball Super Black India ink, and just to finish in this stuff, I'm gonna just paint it in. That covers it up. And then in Photoshop, I'll level out these blacks, even though it might be a little bit uneven. In Photoshop, you can go in there and even shit out. Too much. But yeah, this is if you guys ever use brush, this is what I started on. This is a really old Series 7 Sable Winsor Newton. They're about $35 each, but they have a really nice point on them. And I've got a shitload of them that over the years I throw them away. But they're really cool for you know, doing inking comic books. Like this is what people used for years as the standard brush for any comic book. Now there's a bunch of other ones that have a similar point. But the Series 7 Sable was always the preferred top of the line. So I always like to use them. So then you always got to go and you find these little areas of white in the black that aren't solid. There's a shitload of them because you rush through that stuff. And then you got to go and fill it in. too much. I just bumped the cam. This is the marker. So that page, I think, is done. These 2 pages are done. I did them pretty quick because they're smaller. Interesting, that marker. See, this is the problem, is the marker isn't always as dark as the India ink. And now I'm going in back over the marker. Ugh. Just so it looks nice and dark. Yeah, look at all this shit. See that marker? Freaking lighter. And I know down the road, this marker, this in 100 years, this page will look like shit because the marker will fade. That's the only shitty thing about it. That's why I like to use ink, because in the long run, the art will last. Alright, that might do for a little while. Anyway, so I got getting these pages done. This one I finished last night, right? So the only other thing to do is like you just go in and kind of lightly erase. Hey, well, how long does it take me to make a short film? Well, I try to do them quick only because YouTube, likes when you upload more bloggers who can just get on, just start talking, blah blah blah. They can just do shit every day, right? I'm not really someone that, I don't know if my channel is like people want me to get on there and start yapping about stuff. So I'm an animation channel. So it takes me longer to make stuff. Now I tried to figure out a way to do more content, like you see with Buck Billy, Pissed Off Possum, and the Devil. They're really just kind of like talking heads with a little bit of animation, right? It's like a rant. So that allows me to do a cartoon. Once I get the character drawn, maybe the character would take me 2 hours to create the character in Adobe Animate. And once I get that done in the background, and I create the mouths, with the mouths, maybe like 3 hours, right, to create the character comp. 3 hours maybe. And then once I get that done, it's just a matter of recording the video. I do an auto lip sync. I fix the lip sync a little bit. I'll adjust the animation. Then I export it. I do a little sound design. That's only like an hour. So I've got it to a formula where, the talkie cartoons, the ones like Pissed Off Possum, once I get the character done, I could blow those out in like an hour. But, look, it's not a lot of animation. I get it. But I'm only trying to satisfy YouTube's demonic algorithm, because if you stop uploading every day, then they stop sharing your freaking other videos. So you want to keep it so that you're uploading something every day if you can. So maybe I'll do more of these. As for the other ones that are more animated, I mean, yeah, those take longer. It's hard to really say exactly how long each one takes. It just depends. Like I'm working on one now that's a SpongeBob parody, and that's got Patrick farting and his butt's moving, and there's all these cool, you know, expressions on SpongeBob. I'm kind of doing it like Spumco, but it's taken a while. So, you know, those that could take a week. And if I only did a week, if I only did one video every week or every 2 weeks, then YouTube would be like, oh, you're not serious about your channel. And then I don't get views, and then I don't get subscribers. It's a whole freaking thing, man. Freaking YouTube. They just make it, they just force you to do more stuff. So, you know, I guess it just depends on the quality of and how much animation is there. But that's why some of the shorts they don't look too animated. It's really, I'm just trying to be funny, and I'm trying to get something done on a regular basis so you guys have stuff to watch. But it's not for that I don't want to do a more animated cartoon. It's just YouTube's kind of forcing my hand, you know. But the whole goal is to do a bunch of like the little talky ones, and then like once a month do something that's a little more animated. And I'm going to try to be putting up more stuff on a regular basis if I can. I was into it like during the first, we did that June of Goon in 2019. We tried to do a cartoon a day, and we almost did it. But I'm then I took a break because work picked up. But now I'm going to try to be on the thing more often. So, yeah, if you guys want to share out the channel, I don't know. I don't know why more people don't watch the channel. I think we've got 250,000 subscribers, but when I post a new cartoon, I get like 300 views. I think it's because we do a lot of old school cartoons, and then when people subscribe for that, when they see the new stuff, they're not really into it because they want to see the old stuff. So I don't know. YouTube's tough. It ain't easy. So that's that page, right? So that laying in some black muck and getting taken down into the muck. I want to finish. This is a stone. This is just I'm inking a little a little shoreline. Hey Larry, do you have any solo magazines? Yeah, I mean most of my stuff can be purchased on asylumpress.com, which is my comic book publishing company. Have a lot of solo comic books, Warlash, Billy Boy, a bunch of new stuff too. Like this stuff just came out. I was showing people before. This is on my Kickstarter, which is now on BackerKit. Vampires #1. I did the cover to this. It's like vintage vampire comics. Here's another Vampires #1. This is on Asylum Press, but in the ticker there's a link to a BackerKit. If you want to get some of the stuff on BackerKit, it was Halloween Horror Box. It was all these horror comics that we did a Kickstarter for, but it's on pre-order on BackerKit right now. If you can look in the ticker symbol, Halloween Horror Box, BackerKit or something like that. But it's all horror stuff that I either wrote or edited. You know, I'm kind of the editor-publisher. And Vampire Macabre is the one that's going to hit next. But like, if you guys have comic stores, you could go to your comic store and ask for this one. This one just came out, but a lot of these came out recently, but they might not have them in stock. So you'll have to get them at the website, Asylum of Horrors. Those are all available. I'll be right back. Sorry, guys, I had to step away for a moment. A moment. So almost done here with these pages. I just have to draw a little Billy Boy in this position here. See this? Look at that sketch. What the hell is that? I have no freaking idea. I have to redraw this. Now that is small. I'm going to maybe zoom in. Can you guys see that? I don't know if that's getting blown out by the light. How about that? Oh, there we go. Oh, this freaking light's coming in there. Yeah, that kind of works, I guess. All right, here we go. Yeah, see, there's a little problem with like the paper. See how it's warping because of the ink. That's another reason to use like a Bristol board. But hey, man, live and learn, right? Oh, live and learn. It is kind of dark. That's gonna blow it out. I think this is a little too small. Yeah, that is a problem working on small paper when you want to do a really small drawing. It's like, fuck. Well, this is going to look a little crude, and I might have to go back in here in Photoshop, fix this up, but I'm just going to do it so that the page is done. Too tiny, man. Yeah, this is a little too small, but anyway. Larry, what names do you use when you sign your name? Frank Forte, Forte. That's my name in comics and on IMDb. If you look me up, like, worked on a lot of cool stuff, like Bob's Burgers. I worked on that show for like 4 or 5 years. I worked on the Bob's Burgers comic book too. You can find me in all the trades, in animation, which is pretty cool. That's why I don't always have time for this stuff, my own stuff. But I did a lot of comic book work in the 90s. Vampire Versus. I worked for Boneyard, Cry for Dawn. A lot of indies, heavy metal. I have a lot of work in Heavy Metal magazine. So a lot of indie stuff, indie sci-fi. But yeah, just my name that you see there is usually what I go by. Um, and I haven't done a lot of stuff. And like I said, it's mainly indie or stuff through Asylum Press or, you know, Boneyard Press, CFD, Cry for Dawn, Heavy Metal. Anubis Press was another one. And then Bob's Burgers through Dynamite. But, no mainstream stuff. It's all indie related. Cool. So I would say that these 2 pages are done now. Billy Boy Falling. And that hooks up into this page. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. This page is done. This is another page. I'm not sure if it's looking. Oh, I don't know. It's old. It's an old page. I don't know if it's working. I might have to redo some of this stuff. It's 20 years old. Are any of your characters based on friends or family of people in your bar? Greg, you're from oh, that's all YouTube. You guys are all from YouTube, right? I'm trying to see if anyone from Twitch is tuning in. This is all YouTube. I'm broadcasting to Twitch, and yeah, sometimes I use real people for like inspiration for characters or the look of a character, all the time. It's either quirky or have a good look or whatever. Yeah, no doubt, Larry. The thicker paper is better. This was just something I started 20 years ago, and it'll still work. Like I'm surprised that it's not bleeding. Like it's a high quality paper. I don't know if you guys use quill at all. You guys ever use this stuff? This is an old school quill that a lot of those image guys used in the 90s, and I still like this. I've always learned how to use this, and a lot of this stuff is old school dip and quill. And if you can learn how to use these, they're really cool, really fast. It leaves a blob of ink on the paper that you have to let dry, but I mean, I always used a mixture of quill and ink, but not too much marker. Like I was never a marker guy up until recently, but now they have these great markers that have these great points, and it is faster. I'm just worried that 100 years from now, when I'm dead, these pages will fade and they won't be a nice dark black like I know the ink will be. But no, what are you going to do? Just doing it for speed. I mean, you can see like Libertor's pages from Rank Xerox. That stuff is faded already, and it's it's from the 70s, so 80, 90, 30, 40 years. Pepe Moreno stuff was done in marker. You see it fading. Kind of sucks. But maybe just keep it out of the light. I don't know. But marker, what can I say? It's just fast. So that's why I like it. And I need to go for speed right now, man. Because time is speeding up. You gotta get shit done. Gotta get shit done. Are you guys all into drawing your own comics and stuff? Let me see who's drawing comics or making cartoons. I'm also curious if you're making comics, are you putting them out there? Like, are you on Webtoon and Tapas and all that stuff? Because originally when I heard about Webtoon, I'm like, digital comics, like, why are you guys going to give away your comics for free? You can't give away a comic for free. It has to be printed and sold in a comic book store. It was just like I don't know, old school mentality. And then, everybody's getting these millions of followers. And I'm like, oh, right. You'll never get a million followers publishing a comic book in a comic store. You know, I don't know. It's us older. I can't say I'm older. We're slow to adopt new. If you guys look on Webtoon, I have Billy Boy's Warlash. It's under Asylum Press, but Warlash, Undead Evil, a bunch of other stuff. Webtoon and Tapas I'm on, but I don't update regularly. That's probably the problem. Um, those guys, I just do so much different shit. I think that's the problem. I have too much shit going on, and I just can't stick to one thing regularly. You know. It just Well, this is definitely kind of fun to get back into this and focus on just drawing shit. I'm just using my imagination, man. What is Thanks, Greg. Thanks for sharing your work. Love your work. Thanks, man. I'm gonna try to do more of this because if I'm gonna be drawing, I might as well be podcasting, right? Larry, did you do any work in Eek? No, I didn't do any work. That's all Jason Paulos' stuff. He's this great creator from Australia, man. I can't say enough good stuff about Jason's work. He draws in this old school cartoony style that I mean, he's just amazing if you like old school horror comics. I'm just the publisher, but I want to use Jason more in Asylum Press's stuff because he's just super talented, and he's a creator that writes, draws, pencils, inks, letters, colors. I mean, the dude is, I don't know, a genius in my opinion. But I didn't do any work in Ink. I'm just the publisher. I feel like it's my duty, my responsibility to bring these great creators to the masses. But yeah, Asylum Press could use any and all you know support if you guys buy comics at comic stores or support Kickstarters. Um, we're a small company, and there's not too much profit in comic books, but I think we could get there if we have enough support from people. So yeah, if you feel like you're into comics, like just tell people about Asylum Press. Share us out, and go to your comic store. It's always good to have comic store retailers um, know about us. And that always helps. But hey, Asylum Press, did you check out Asylum of Horrors or Warlash? Or they keep hearing it from people, they'll start to order it more, and every little bit, kind of helps. And like I said, this is in the community tab. I put Billy Boy, the Ghastly Nightmare. This is what this is. So it's a one shot that's coming out later this year, and you can pre-order it at your comic store. And the more pre-orders we get from comic stores, the more they'll order for the shop because they think it's a hard book. Yeah, Jason's great, man. Eek. There's a collected trade paperback of Eek, and there's also a new one shot we just did, which was part of the Kickstarter. I would play some music, but I don't know if YouTube allows it, like Twitch and stuff. StreamYard has like background music, but it might get annoying if the same loop keeps happening. So I think it's better to stream without music. I don't know. This is an old looking Billy Boy, man. Dun, dun, dun. Mm. Do you guys want to see me color too? Because I could put up Photoshop. I could work in color and I could stream that too, I guess. If you guys are interested in the color process. Guess I could just show everything, right? Dun, 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 dun. I was just listening to Cake the other day. Cake's version of War Pigs. I don't know if you guys ever heard that version. Cake doing Black Sabbath. Pretty awesome. Yeah, I'm into Cake. 90s band Cake. I think I'm getting hungry. All this drawing is making me freaking hungry. I'm not exactly sure what this character's doing. The story is from so long ago. I don't even know what he's doing there or where he's standing. Like, what's the. I have no freaking clue, dude. I don't know. I gotta, like, rewrite the beginning of this. Generals gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses. I got that song in my head, man. The Cake version. It's got like a it's got like a groovy pop beat. Um, but it is cool. Just like witches at black masses. Whoops. Fuck that up. Ooh, I just smudged that eye. See, it didn't dry. Oops. Photoshop, man. Photoshop fix. Ooh, a lot of old comics. August 66 Volume 1 version of Monster Tales. Oh, dude, I love it. 1966 version of Monster Tales. Is that Marvel? Like, what is that? Is that Marvel or DC? It sounds like a Marvel comic. Yeah, I love that old stuff, man. You can't get enough of old horror. It's just the covers, like there's a bunch of Facebook groups that are like all about showing old horror comics. Oh shit! I got there's an old pulp show coming to Glendale, California. And it might be this weekend. Hold on. Pulp show. 20, no. March 20th at the Glendale. There's this little Glendale Civic Auditorium that they have these little comic book shows. Not even, but it's a pulp show, so it's really tiny. It's all these old dealers selling this pulp stuff, and I go every year. It's just the coolest convention because it's just like those old sci-fi, the old sci-fi stuff, and you can get pretty good deals too. But I love perusing all that stuff. And it just sucks because you feel like that stuff is going to go away, you know? Like the dealers, you could tell they're in their 60s, 70s, and they're selling stuff that does anyone, who cares about that stuff now? It's kind of like, you feel sad in a way. Oh, Frankenstein and Dracula. Home monster posters for $1. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. Dollar monster posters. No, I love that stuff. So, is it a comic book size or magazine size? Because maybe it's magazine sized. I always wanted to publish a magazine like Eerie, Creepy, or Heavy Metal. It's still possible. I mean, you can still get a lot of sales from it and get subscribers. There's still a lot of people that love old horror. It just takes a little bit of getting your finances together, you know? Oh, it's comic book size. Huh. Yeah, I love going into the bins and finding like dollar horror comics real cheap, you know. Just readers. I don't always collect for value. I think who knows if you're ever going to be able to sell a comic book for what it's worth. You always sell it for half of what it's worth because who's ever buying it, they want to flip it. Um, I just like to look through them and not worry about damaging them, you know. So that page is almost done. Just not sure what this character is doing. What the fuck? He's got a sign. He's wearing a protest sign. I think he's wearing a protest sign. What the fuck is the context of it? He's gonna be real thin. So if this is one of those kooky, if this is one of those kooky protest guys like the end is nigh, what would I don't know, maybe you guys could help me. What would something he would say on his thing? Like, I don't know, the end is nigh is what I'm thinking, but that's just been used. What would be a funny, kooky conspiracy kind of protest thing on his chest that would be funny? You know, Jesus saves, God is, I don't know, I gotta think of something. I've been 1 hour and 20. I guess I've got a pretty decent amount of stuff done for an hour 20. This is always the fun part. Let's erase pencil lines. I think I'm going to color some of the pages tomorrow because I have to get some preview pages up to Diamond for Monday. So I might be around tomorrow doing some color if you guys want to see the process in Photoshop. Broken wishbone. Broken wishbone. Would people get that? I don't know. I don't know if it would be clear what that is. The only problem. I think it has to be something that's more like a conspiracy warning. You know, like he's paranoid about like some end of the world thing, which is certainly people can relate to that. Bum, 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 bum. Whoa, my coffee. This table, I would say, is not sturdy. And it's a very shaky table. And I don't know how you get a sturdy drawing table unless it's really heavy. Page 9. Page 9 and 10. Please write the pages on the back because I don't want the really numbers on the front. Stupid bug. Stupid bug. See? See what happens? I just crimped the page because that's what you get when you use paper, not Bristol board. That's what you get. I think I am going to do this in color because I think it'll be better. I think it'll be more fun. Rainy, hey, yeah, this is going to be in diamond, of course. As you see, it's going to come out, but I will probably crowdfund it too, closer to publication. Just do like a quick Kickstarter. And with the Kickstarter, I'll always offer like the original art or like a Kickstarter exclusive cover, something different. So, yeah, I mean, just I always post stuff here in the community on the channel, or if you follow us on Kickstarter, Asylum Press is the name of the company on Kickstarter. You could just follow us. And I'm going to be doing a bunch of stuff this year, like Beyond Doomsday is another comic that we're doing, another Warlash comic. Some horror stuff, trying to get together with Tim Vigil and do something. But I know some people are really into Kickstarter for indie comics. Some people like buying them at comic stores. So that's why we try to get out there to both because oddly enough, some people that buy stuff on Kickstarter sometimes don't want to buy stuff in comic stores. Like they just want to support Kickstarters, which is great. But some people that go to comic stores don't even hardly even know. Some people don't even know what Kickstarter is or that there's a comic scene. It's just bizarre. There's so many different groups of people that where they buy their stuff. So that's why I like using both. Really, there's a great supportive community on Kickstarter, and there's also a great supportive community, in comic book stores. Um, but yeah, just like the next Kickstarter is probably going to launch in about a month, and that's going to be for Beyond Doomsday, which is a collection of horror stories and sci-fi stuff I did in Heavy Metal magazine, and it's going to be just like a 128-page collection of all that stuff. Definitely not safe for work stuff in that. Super like disturbing nudity, weird alien sex scenes, and of course, some brainy sci-fi, some intellectual, prophetic sci-fi, along with the smut. I like to mix it up. Um, Black Powder might be in that. So we'll usually kickstart a couple of different books together instead of just one book. We've been kind of doing that and seeing how it goes. But because it's so hard to make money in comics, I feel the Kickstarter community is, it's very, it's very, very helpful to get something done. And thank God for those Kickstarter backers, man. They're hardcore, and they like to help spread the word, and it does help in the end. It really does. So I don't know. Still, well, thanks, Remy. Yeah, I have 3 issues of Billy Boy that are on the Asylum Press website that you could buy 1, 2, and 3. That's like a little mini series. And Billy Boy originally appeared in From Beyond, which is early stuff from the early 90s, which is a book we did with Al Columbia. I don't know if you know his stuff, but I used to draw and hang out with Al Columbia in the 90s when I was getting into comics. Really fun, optimistic time, I would say. Um, and Billy Boy appears in there. They're good stories. They're very crude though. I was really young, trying to figure out how to draw and write, so they're kind of weird and disturbing. But I want to do a collected edition, and then I have a bunch of new stuff that I want to work out, and I've got a new look for Billy Boy and stuff. So I'd like to do more of it. It's just weird, demented stuff, like you see how it is. Just creepy, creepy stuff. So yeah, here's a page that you can see is very, very loose. Not too much there. So this needs to be done. Yeah, work on this a little bit. Well, we're streaming on Twitch. I don't know if anybody's watching this on Twitch, man. I don't know how to build a following on Twitch. Some people do it. People get scoped. I think it's more of a game. I'm not really a gamer. I used to play video games in the 90s and shit. 80s. Fuck, that shows my age, huh? But it's fun. Don't get me wrong. It's so cool to be able to shoot stuff and not be penalized for it. But it's just a time killer. Holy fuck, man. You could spend hours and hours on that. Evil minds plot destruction. I guess this should be all black. 25. 23? Where's 24? Yeah. Oh, maybe sure, Larry. Send me to Gunny. I don't know if you could send me a. I think I remember that. I'll see them if they're there now. Yeah, I'll. Then they come with a certificate of authenticity and stuff. I'll just make a note of it. Sure, man. No, thanks. I appreciate it. They're really cool if you like Billy Boy. And number 3 is like a more recent issue that I just did. That is it was a really fun one to do because I started getting back into the character, and it was kind of like what spurred me into like, hey, let me do some more of these because it's kind of fun. So that issue 3, which just came out, Giovanni High, was definitely like the thing that was like, hey, I got to do more of these because I haven't drawn the character in years, man. Oh, excuse me. Yeesh. I think I had some Billy Boys. I don't know. I had the comics, but you can read them if you go to Webtoon and search Billy Boy. If you guys are interested, you could read them. Yeah, thanks, Larry. I appreciate it, man. Every little bit helps. I don't think you're anything like that. Yeah, but this is definitely fun to get back into it and draw on a draw. Where do you guys usually do you guys buy your comics in comic stores, or do you guys like funding on crowdfunding sites and stuff? Just curious, because I'm definitely I like buying in comic stores. I mean, I always will, but I do like I like funding the crowdfunding stuff because a lot of that stuff you can't find in comic book stores, you know. Mm-hmm. Yes, I just like to rough it out in pencil only because just feel like it comes out better. Hey, Giovanni. Oh, hey, I asked earlier if you have a set day evening when you go live. I know, dude. Everybody asked me that so I could be there I know, I know, I know. I get it. I get it. Everybody is like, what day do you go live? I don't know. I was trying to do it Monday. A lot of people do Mondays. So if I had a set day, I don't know. It's hard when I'm working. Maybe it would be a Tuesday on a day like, I mean, what do you think is a good day? Like earlier in the week, because I can't do Thursday, Friday. It would either be a Tuesday or a Wednesday. Probably a Tuesday. Like, is a Tuesday a day where not too many people go live? Because I could probably do a Tuesday. But I think what I'm also going to do is like try to do it more often as I'm doing Billy Boy. I'm getting more used to it where I could just go live and just draw like whenever I feel like it. But it's hard to catch you. Try Tuesday evening. I might try that. Yeah, I know if I schedule it every week, that's what everybody says. Like everybody will show up if they know it's that time. Um, and it would have to be later at night, or it would be after dinner. It would be 9 o'clock Pacific time, which would be 12 midnight East Coast. So I don't know if that's like too late for people. Um, that's the only problem is because I'm West Coast. If I'm working like on a show and I'm storyboarding, I have to work till sometimes at least 7. Then I need to take a break, get some dinner. I mean, chill out, clear my head. That's why, like, realistically, 9 o'clock. But if you guys are, up late and shit, and 12 o'clock midnight on the East Coast isn't too late, we could try it. We'll try it, and then if I could always move it up an hour. But it's definitely a point. Hey Giovanni Frank, I'm a big fan of your art style, by the way. Thanks. No, I appreciate it. I draw in a bunch of different styles. Like I draw in the old school cartoony. I also have kind of more of a comic book style. And I just think it comes from I don't know, being a little ADD where I can't commit to one style. So like I draw in animation and storyboarding, you're forced to draw a bunch of different styles because I'm a disabled Marine. Oh, thanks for your service. I'm sorry to hear that. That's cool. No, I'll be Tuesday. Uh, could definitely work. Yeah, drawing a bunch of different styles only because I don't know. I just hard to commit to one or something. I don't know, but they're all kind of dark and horror related. You know. Have you guys seen Batman yet? I'm excited. I might go see tomorrow. I know it's a long movie, mostly good reviews, but I think it should be. I think it should be pretty good. Anyone? Anyone see Batman? Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? Bueller? Um, DC, hasn't had the best reputation when it comes to movies like Marvel did. Marvel. I really liked all the Marvel stuff. DC, not so much. So I'm psyched. I loved Pattinson in Good Time. I don't know if you guys saw Good Time. Kick ass indie heist movie. Really, really amazing. Um, if you want to see a really good movie where Pattinson plays like a scumbag drug addict, it's really good. Um, but I can't wait to see him in this. I think it's going to be cool. Am I drawing him too big? Shit. No, it's just spinning. You guys want to take a quick break and draw a quick. Pickle Rick. Got to be some Rick and Morty fans out there, right? Pickle Rick. Sometimes it's fun to just take a break and do a quick sketch. Pickle Rick. Yeah, Rick and Morty's great, right? Gotta run, brother. Subscribe. Hit on notifications. Alright, cool. Yeah, maybe we'll do Tuesday. Love Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty rules. Yeah, totally. No, very fun time. Definitely want to do this more often, I think. But thanks for stopping by. You guys will like seeing the process of creating this comic book. That looks a little fucking off. Shrink this down. Spinning, 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 spinning. So there, that's kind of penciled out. I'm going to take a little break and get some food, guys. I don't know who's still there, but thanks for watching. I might be back. Definitely let's try for Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock Pacific, and I'll probably be around tomorrow doing some color work. All right, man. Laters.